The Restrict Act. No, you won't get 20 years if you use a VPN to access TikTok. Well, when they start the header like that, you know they're about to lie to you. And I just want to bring up the section here where it says it's very interesting. This isn't true. There is no mention of VPN or regular citizens accessing ICT services like TikTok in the current draft of the proposed legislation. The criminal penalty, here we are, of 20 years or a fine of $1 million or both applies to entities proven to have willfully engaged in activities or attempts at activities that pose national security risks, such as sabotage, subvert, whatever. That sounds to me like if they say that your use of a VPN potentially posed a national security risk, then lo and behold, it might not be drafted in a way that says you get 20 years for using a VPN, but it might implicitly potentially lead to that result. Get that out of here. And at the end,
in fact, that's what multiple legal analysts in this space have already determined is in fact the case. So it's another example of course, the fact checkers keep lying. Twitter sort of comedically fact check the fact checkers by pointing out the fact checkers were lying about George Soros's ties to the DA who indicted Trump. They try to lie about that as well. Of course, when they lie, they don't get caught for their lies because the same Delaware courts that are ruling in favor of Dominion against Fox say that fact checkers actually aren't stating any facts at all, even though they're called fact checkers, that they're stating opinions that no one could even think is a fact, according to the Delaware courts. It's a reflection of the ongoing misrepresentation. But there's a lot of good information from the Electronic Frontier Foundation, from Reason Magazine, a libertarian-leaning publication, others that have done a deep dive on this particular legislation, showing how it would be quite easy for a prosecutor to charge and convict and sentence someone up to 20 years in federal prison and millions of dollars in fines if they simply use a VPN, not even necessarily to access TikTok, a VPN to access something that any technology in any manner connected to China, Russia, or anyone else the government just unilaterally calls a foreign adversary, because the law allows the executive branch to just unilaterally call anybody a foreign adversary with almost no limits whatsoever.
And I just wanted to bring up the last line of this fact check, which says that the bill, which is in its very early stages, is already getting bipartisan support from the Senate and the nod from the Biden administration. It's it's not left versus right. It's the what do they call it? The uniparty state or the unistate party. It is political privilege, and they love it because it further empowers the government at the expense of the citizenry.